Officer Quincy Smith is one of 7 cops in the Estelle, South Carolina Police Department and is now featured on Investigation Discovery's Body Cam. The show takes a raw look at the intense front lines of law enforcement through the body cam footage captured by officers in the field. Here today to discuss body cam and his experiences are Officer Quincy Smith.
I'm Allie.
You just talk.
Yay!
Hello.
Yay! Thanks for joining us.
Thanks for being here.
Nice to meet you.
Thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having me. I appreciate it.
Yeah. Oh, is that a badge around your neck?
This is a police officer's prayer that I usually wear when I go to work.
Ah. That's really, really special. So tell us about this show, because I know body cams in recent years have gotten more and more attention. So I love that there's a show sort of explaining it from different points of view. So why was this something you wanted to be a part of?
Well, it was a great opportunity. People, they get to see what actually happened. And it's just, not my story, just police officers all across the country and in the world, it's their story too, because a lot of us live that type of situation sometime, and unfortunately some of us don't make it out of it, and people was able to see it through me, and it was just a great opportunity to share it with a lot of people. Does
wearing the body cam make you feel more safe or secure? Like, what is your experience with wearing one?
My experience is, it's very beneficial. Not saying that it makes you more safe or anything, but it helps you in a lot of major cases. A lot of helps people complain. It takes us through a lot of things that people don't get to see, and that's pretty much what it does for us.
And the body cam in police work, tell us the importance of it and what it's doing now, its purpose.
Well, the importance of it is really good. Like I said, it's beneficial. People get to see up front and close what happened, step by step by step, and it's used in a lot of training these days. Help us get better and better tactics, and see a lot of mistakes that as officers that we make and how to correct them.
Right. And I mean, on this show, you and your fellow officers, you guys get shot at, you chase down criminals, there are children held hostage. I mean, it is absolutely unbelievable, the trauma you guys have to deal with. What's it like watching this footage back?
Well, watching it back for me, it didn't got normal. I done seen it so many times, and I accepted what happened, and this is the job that we do, and like I said, somebody has to do it, and I'm grateful to still do it.
Yeah, and how did you get involved with the show?
After the trial, the video was released to the public. It went viral. A lot of people saw it and took to it, and a few people contacted my chief and my agency, and they wanted to put it inside the show. And like I said, it was a great opportunity to show everybody, what we could go through as officers. So I told them I would love to come and talk about it and show people what really happened.
Yeah, and overall, how do you reflect on your experience with the show?
I reflect. I try to go to a lot more training. Try to get better and be a better person, be a better officer, and just try to help other officers gain that experience, and to tell them, look, we can't come to work complacent and relax, because at any split second, things can change in a second, and you have no time to make a decision like that.
Yeah, and I mean, that's really impressive that things are always changing. You're up against difficult situations, but after each episode, you end with saying, "I love what I do." I mean, do you find that it's hard to maintain that emotion towards your work, or is that what keeps you sort of coming back?
That's what keeps me coming back. The support from people all across the world, my family, my friends, they bring me joy, and doing things in the community, such as playing basketball with the kids, and that's some of the stuff that I really love. So that's why I do it. That's why I keep doing it. It's in my blood. My family is deeply rooted in law enforcement, such as being dispatchers and police officers, or connected some way through law enforcement. So
wow,
that's why I do it.
Yeah, and body cams, I mean, they're a particularly hot topic today in today's political climate. And you come from a family with, as you said, lots of people in law enforcement. So what is one message you would want people to know as someone who is involved in this show with family members who are in service?
I just want people to know, and I hope they can just understand, what we go through as police officers day in and day out. They don't get to see a lot of the bad stuff that we do get to see that happens, and I just want them to understand, if you have any type of law enforcement contact, just cooperate and just listen to what we got to say. We're not here to come do bad things. Really, a majority of us are out here trying to do the right thing and really help people. So I just want people just to come to an understanding and, give us the benefit of the doubt and just, be a little more helpful.
And you work in your hometown, and there's a population of about 2,000 people. So how is that? Does it ever get awkward? Do you have to like arrest your best friend? And you're like, man, I don't want to do this.
Well, actually, Estill is not my hometown. I grew up in a neighboring town.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
But I have family that lives in Estill. I used to go over there as I was younger and everything, so I'm still familiar with it. It's been some times where I've been kind of family members and, had to do my job, but just hope there's no hard feelings.
That's kind of an awkward Thanksgiving, though. Like,
You're like Grandpa.
Have you ever arrested a family member at Thanksgiving? Because that would be me all day.
When I'm off duty, I'm off duty. That's what I'm saying.
That's fair. Well, Ali mentioned some of the controversy over body cams, and I'm always curious, what are the rules? Because I know each probably precinct has different rules on like when you can turn them off, when you can turn them on, when the video's out, is it edited, is it released unedited? For you guys specifically, what are your rules around those?
We have our body camera powered on all the time, unless when we're doing like personal things, stuff like that. Of course, we got to turn them off. But whenever we're in a patrol car, the power is on, is not recording. However, there is a buffer that records without sound prior to us activating it. So whenever we're coming up to a scene, we're activated prior to that. You'll see us driving up or getting our patrol vehicles. So, and as soon as we're done, before we go home, we're docket and it's automatically uploaded online, so it can't even be touched. Wow. It can be accessed and reviewed for evidence or anything like that, but we can't delete it or anything like that. It's going to be there.
Yeah, I think that's so important for people to know, and that transparency, I think, will be really helpful, especially in the climate. So I think the show is so important. It's going to help a lot of people be educated. So thank you, Quincy, for stopping by and joining us here today.
Thank you.